To IGN's post show for the Game Awards. I'm your host, Daemon Hatfield, and you just watched a jam-packed couple, more like 3.5 hours of awards, reveals, and huge surprises. It's time to break it all down and recap everything because there is quite a bit to discuss. Here to help me out with that are my friends and co-hosts, Stella Chung and Brian Altano. Are you guys still awake?
Yeah. We're here. We're in it. Yeah, we're live. We're ready. We're excited, right, Stella?
Yeah, I totally didn't do a couple of jumping jacks to wake up. Oh my God, what time is it?
Special shout out to Jeff Keighley and the Game Awards for allowing me to miss bedtime tonight. Mom had to do bedtime while I watched video game trailers. Man, there's so much to discuss. Where to begin? Where to begin from the announcements? How about, let's start with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. After a long time of waiting, we finally got to see gameplay of this game, which appears to be a little bit more Borderlands take on the Batman Arkham formula. Still, it sounds like you're excited.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. First of all, I love Harley Quinn, so obviously going to pick her. I think it looks great. Combat looks very fluid. I mean, obviously we didn't get to see lifetime gameplay, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. They chose... I want to really commend their trailer editor. They did a great job at picking out the music, and the cuts were so perfect to the beat. Oh my God, love it. If that's what the music is going to be like in the game, I am absolutely excited. This game kind of emulates what I expect from the Suicide Squad. Like, it's dark, gritty, but also it's fun and lighthearted. I am very curious, though, about the storyline. It seems like this is going to be an entirely new storyline, unless there's something like this in the comics already, which there might be. But it looks like there's going to be a dark Justice League. Like, they're corrupted. I mean, we saw the Flash, and he had these weird, like, purple veins. And I was like, oh, I like this. I like this a lot. I'm so excited. Everyone's interactions with each other seems really great, too. So, very excited.
They're lucky that, like, they're in a good spot that they're coming off of the goodwill from the most recent Suicide Squad movie, which was very much like, you know, course correction of the ship for the franchise, because this game has been in development so long that all we had was kind of the sour taste of the first one in our mouths, and now now we have a better one to reflect on. It's on HBO Max if you haven't seen it. It's a lot more fun. James Gunn did it. He had a blast with it, and so I think that this is sort of mimicking that more. It's also like everything we saw is in broad daylight, which is really fun. It's kind of moving away from that kind of very edgy, grimdark comic book stuff that I think we've saw, which is great in the
Batman
Arkham
games, right?
In the Batman games, but you know, it's the sun never came out for Batman, and here it is in the Suicide Squad, which is great. And there's just giant robot tentacles everywhere, which could be a blast.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I mean, the environment looks so great, though. Like, it's this cyberpunk world, and I just want to explore more of it. Like, it just looks so pretty, but in a really dark and dirty way.
I wonder what their excuse is going to be for everyone having to stay inside in this game. Because in all the Arkham games, it's always just like, it's Christmas. You don't go out on Christmas.
Oh,
city's on lockdown.
Yeah.
I mean, you see all the destruction happening. You're like, you know what, kids? Let's take playtime inside today.
I know. I would move personally. It's not worth. Not worth
Leave
it.
a bad Yelp review.
Yeah. The combat. There's lots of combat that we saw, but it seems to be against like minions, some sort of like creature or alien minions, and the Justice League heroes don't have minions. So
I mean,
don't know.
like the French squat yellow guys with the goggles,
not those minions.
Not those.
Oh God,
they're like grunts or something.
I'm with you on that, Damon. I'm not wild about the art direction on the sort of generic henchmen,
right?
The fodder, if you will. Hopefully, we get to see more of the big bads that you could fight in between hordes of purple claymation guys. Because I'm whatever on them right now.
But maybe Stella's onto something. Maybe it's actually Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League in quotes, and it's some like, bizarro dimension version of the Justice League that are evil or something, right?
Yeah, we never know. I'm excited for the storyline. I mean, it looks really cool. It could be mind control. Who knows?
This will be one of those games where like I'm like half into it, and then Stella posts some like gameplay clip on Twitter where she's just like dominating 500 people in it. I'm like, okay, I get it. Let's go.
Aw, what a nice complcompliment.
No, you're terrifyingly good at video games. I'm actually scared to run into you in like Halo or something because it would be embarrassing.
And I'll just yell at you. It's
I don't
okay.
need my name out there like that.
Well, Suicide Squad was not the only DC game at the Game Awards tonight. There was another one that was a surprise, I believe, and that's Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
A Wonder Woman game from Monolith, the team behind Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, and Shadow of War. That could be really cool. I can just sort of envision what that might look like. Because in the Shadow of games, you are, well, some guy. I don't really remember anything about him or what his deal was. But in the combat, you're
Troy
like
Baker.
Yeah, you are Troy Baker. Just taking on hordes of orcs. It's very, it's very like kinetic, agile combat system. So I can totally see Wonder Woman, flipping around and just knocking out hordes of bad guys. I think this is like a really cool and nice surprise. Stella, what'd you think about this one?
I want more information, but she looks really cool. Her uniform looks amazing. I'm so happy. I have yet to watch the Wonder Woman films because I think they were in theater, and I was like, I'm not gonna go out for that yet. But I'm very excited because I've always loved her story. I always loved how strong she is, and I absolutely adore Wonder Woman. So I'm very excited to see what we see more of from this. But see, now we're suffering from like a lack of content. Like Brian, we were worried about seeing too much of like one particular game, and now I'm just like, the one game that I want to see more on, they just leave like. It's just her outfit. I'm like, man.
I have great news for you, Stella, because in traditional video game fashion, you can find more information on Wonder Woman in the YouTube description for the trailer they uploaded, which announces that this is a single player game.
What? Really?
Yeah,
Ooh.
about like two like warring worlds or dimensions or something like that. And so that's very odd. Like we got this reveal, we got this logo, we got like some character shots, sort of close-ups of armor. But in terms of like a video game protagonist, Wonder Woman's awesome because she's got a lasso. She's like great for close combat. She can fight in the air and hop all over the place. She has a weird deep history, so she can have flashback levels from hundreds of years ago if she wants to. Like, there's a lot of fun stuff to play with here. The last Wonder Woman movie wasn't wild about it. You can probably skip that one, Stella. But ultimately, I think this is a really cool character, and this is awesome to get more single player comic book games.
And she has an invisible airplane.
That's
right.
nuts.
I can't wait.
Super easy to draw that in a video game too.
I mean, you don't even have to just put in the physics, and you don't even have to draw the plane.
Nobody has to crunch for that. You just pretend it's up there. Just show the sky.
How do you remember where you parked it, though?
Game development tips.
You have an app that tells you where.
Oh, okay. Find my plane.
Now, one thing that we know about Brian Altano is that he likes Star Wars.
Right.
A new Star Wars game was announced tonight.
Yeah.
Star Wars Eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
Set during the High Republic. The first game set during the High Republic.
Hold on, Brian. Why are you saying like that? Wait a minute. What?
So I mean, first of all, this is kind of a minefield. I'm excited for new Star Wars. I trust in Lucasfilm and bringing this franchise to new developers and stuff like that. This franchise was stuck in an EA shaped box for 10 full years, and they managed to produce some really amazing stuff out of it in very small quantities. Like, I actually really like the Battlefront games. I love Fallen Order. I'm excited for what Respawn does with that series next. I think that's the exact direction I want to go. I love the art direction in this trailer right here. I don't really think that, like, I don't know if I can fully believe in a Quantic Dreams Star Wars game. There's also a lot of controversy around that studio right now, and so like there's a lot of like ifs floating around this one that are going to have to really land in the right places for me to feel comfortable supporting a game like this, and also for me to even hope for it to be good, because I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of their games, and I'm not a big fan of a lot of the controversy around going with the studio for the last few years. So I'll leave it at that.
Quantic Dream makes a specific kind of game, and it's not necessarily like a type of game that I enjoy.
Yeah, same.
So, but I don't know. I mean, I'll keep an open mind. I think in their trailer the CGI work is great. There's a lot of like photorealistic shots in here, and it's cool to see like new types of aliens in Star Wars that we haven't seen before. So I don't know. Stella, have you played like Detroit Become Human or Heavy Rain or what's the Beyond one? Beyond
Two
something.
Souls.
Beyond Two
Actually,
Souls, yeah.
that
Beyond
was
Two
my
Souls.
first
Yeah.
Quantic Dream game, and I did cry at the ending of it. I thought it was pretty good. The story was very weird starting out, and I wasn't sure if I liked it or not because it took me a really long time to feel connected to Jodie, who was the main character. Detroit Become Human was a little bit more interesting to me just because of the interpersonal relationships and conflict that you came across, and I really liked that. I just anything that's narrative based, I really love story based games. I'm not just an FPS person. So I guess thinking about that, actually, yeah, a Star Wars game where people want to just be like Jedi or Sith, use lightsabers. If that kind of action is going to be gone and most of it is going to be in quick time events, that could be very interesting. I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking like, oh my god, story. Yeah, they're totally gonna give us some good choices and stuff. But yeah, if I'm very curious to see if they're going to take any changes with how they usually make games. If they add more action, because I think that would be more appropriate for a Star Wars title.
Yeah, I mean, usually this is, I guess, Quantic Dream usually makes their own original, games, and now they're working with Lucasfilm. So I don't know, maybe Lucasfilm will have more input, and they'll be able to sort of massage a little bit more action into their typical formula.
True.
I don't know. We'll wait and see. Ubisoft also has a Star Wars game, and I think it's interesting that this one got like fully announced and revealed before the Ubisoft one.
Right. I think that you'll probably slowly start to see the floodgates open on Star Wars games over the next few years. I imagine that these two studios aren't the only ones working on big ones, plus the ones that we know about already. So it's the exclusivity deal with EA is over, and the Rancor door is open, I guess. Let's see what sort of beasts run through.
Yeah.
Oh God. Hopefully good ones.
All right, we have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're talking about all of the biggest and best award winners of the night. Stick with us. IGN's post-show Game Awards coverage will return.